I love you for what you are. You are an amazing soul. I love you. Excellency, my wish, I have 3 spiritual wish before I leave this planet. The third one is to donate 6 liters of blood what God has given to me. The second one is to give out the oxygen what God has given to me by building trees. But primarily, the first wish of mine is to see, despite of achieving 75 years of independence, why don't we start a spit-free India movement? We at 75 years of independence, my heart burns when I see people spitting on road, both the educated and uneducated. So as a family, and since you are in power, and since I as a single man cannot bring this change, but can I see before I leave this planet that my country, my planet is saved by this thing, which I feel is not the right way to treat our mother nature. So please guide us, or let's start a movement at least for spit-free Tamil Nadu, and later on we can move it to India. I would like your support for this noble cause.
Thank you. A spit-free India. No, he has a very valid point. My friend, on 2nd of October 2014, when Prime Minister picked up the broom as for the Clean India, Swachh Bharat, Clean India, and started a campaign to have toilets in every house so that we don't have to have the ignominy of or dubious distinction of being the largest open defecation country, openly defecating country. At the time, not long ago, just about less than 9 years ago, nearly 60% of our country used to go for open defecation. You drive a car on the highway, morning and evening, and you see the sight. Everyone thought at that point of time when the Prime Minister said, yes, Swachh Bharat, Clean India, and toilet in every house, every institution. People thought, what nonsense? Because to them it appeared trivial. They said it's a cultural issue. Do whatever. People will go out in the field. Pick up the bottle and go out in the field. But look at where we are today. We have achieved it in just a few years. By 2019, this country became open defecation free. Now, at that point of time, when it was launched, there were many skeptics. But it is achieved. And how it is achieved? Not by Prime Minister or by the government, but by involving the people, by making it a mass movement. So when you said before you leave the planet, first of all, we never leave the planet. We are a part of it. I just said we are waves, we merge into that. So we will never leave the planet. I don't think we can ever. But before, even in a figurative sense that you have talked about, I think it is not such an incredible target. And in this cleanliness drive, who all have played a very, very, very important role? If you ask me, it is the small kids. They are the school-going children have been raising issues with the parents. Don't do this. Moving car, I have seen people throwing plastic or paper or waste. Children, their daughters and sons, a young one, oh, Papa, don't do it. What are you doing? Now this change in the thinking that has gone to our young generation, I am confident that soon we will be, long before the day comes when a wave meets the ocean, it will be done. I am sure it will be. Thank you. And first of all, you said, I am in a position of power, I have no power. It's not a power position. It's all a question of involvement, mass movement. Yes. Is it working? I think, of course, I can hear you, okay. But just for the sake of others.
Okay. Thank you for giving this opportunity. My question is that what made you to think dare to kind of series to entrepreneurs? Normally, governors have a lot of other works and I have seen a lot of governors, but what made you to think?
You know, first of all, there is a myth that governors have a lot of work. Many people say, actually you are very busy. Your governors has, everywhere I go, governor in a busy schedule has found time. Thank you, governor, very much. I only know, I laugh at it, how much work I have. I don't have much work. You know, the think to dare, the idea. Because for me, personally for me, I have only one religion, and that is my country. I don't have anything else. And if something good comes to my country, I will give my best, my utmost. If something or someone is coming in the way of it, that someone or something is my enemy. That's my only, you can call it the yardstick or the metric. So when I look at the country, it pains me. It pains me that this country, with so much of potential, look at this. All this, we hear a lot of achievements in the United States of America and all. Who are doing it? Our boys and girls are doing it. It's not that they are doing it. Many of them are incapable of even doing simple calculation. You go to a bus station or railway station and ask for a ticket. If you don't give the exact amount, the person on the counter will have a difficulty in giving you. Sometime back, I have experienced. We are traveling 5 people, 5 persons together, put this money. No, give one by one, one by one, one by one. They cannot calculate. So these achievements are being done by our people. And look at where we are. Everyone takes us for a ride. Everyone is starts sermonizing. India must do that, India must do this. I think this is something which deeply hurt me, it pains me. This country deserves a much better position, much better fate. And for this to happen, you know, I think it was Mr. Bhakt Vatsalam, he was showing some slides where he says, brain American, heart Indian. This is what Swami Vivekananda said. Swami Vivekananda said he dreams of India. He was also pained. He was deeply pained at the fact, the plight in which the country was. He said that, look, India should be a country whose muscles are made of steel, whose sinews are of iron, but whose heart is Indian, Vedantic, in our Indian Bharatiya Adhyatma, where we believe that we are all a part of a family. Now this is possible only when you are strong. You are not just all these big thoughts, all the big teachings, all the scriptures, all the good things were there with us for thousands of years. But people, they did not take us seriously. People will, if you are not strong, then your good words, your nice words are also not taken seriously. There is one of the, I think it is there even in Tirukural it is there, but I don't exactly recollect the words, the Kural. But there is one in Shukra Niti. Sukracharya was one of the greatest strategists. He said in Sanskrit, Balino vasgaha sarve durbalasya cha satruva. If you are strong, you have friends around. If you are weak, you are surrounded by enemies. You have to. So India has to be strong. And for that, it will happen only when people, the young, those who can dare to think to dare, think to dare. They must think and do something which has not been done before, which ordinary people would not think of. Audacity to dream big. And there, when I see, it gives me a lot of energy, a lot of strength, a lot of hope. Thank you.
1 second. There's a lady who would like to ask a question, if you don't mind, please.
Okay, you will. Yeah. Give her the mic.
Thank you, sir. I'm Kripa. I'm Senior Manager HR Business Partner from NIDAC. So, sir, I'd like to ask upon, some gentleman has said, like, spitting on the road, that burns his heart. So even if I look at the country, I feel, we are still underdeveloping, not a developed country, developing country, developing country, developed country. The same stories goes from the grandfather, great-grandfather, and I do not want to pass on the status to my children or to my grandchildren. So we wanted to hear from you, how could we change the status quo? Because I'm damn sure that we have a lot of dare to think people here. And if you could give us your insights, probably a thought-provoking, that can make us unite and we can move towards that. So a piece of advice from you, sir, how we can change a developed nation like other leading countries.
Thank you. First of all, you said you don't want to pass it on to your children. And I salute you for your dream, for your desire. I can assure you, it's my strong feeling within, which I can feel and I know, we will be a developed country soon. The country has set the target by 2047, what is called Amrit Kal. India will be a developed country. Now, what the story we heard from our grandfather and our father, today is not the repeat of that story. Today, we are scripting a new story of India. How we are scripting? Let me give you a snapshot. A snapshot. Simple. Our fathers, or even to say, I won't say I'm pretty, I have many years behind me, I am not so young. Even in the way, people of my age, could they have dreamed that India, the pavement, the one who sells the vegetables, will use a digital device? Digital payment. Today, India is the most digitalized country in the world. Today, the 40% of the digital transaction in the world per day happens in India. People thought at the time when the Digital India program was launched, people started saying, what is this? They didn't believe. Today you travel, I'm sure when you travel in a taxi, the taxi driver is comfortable, he is not happy receiving your cash. Make him a payment on either Google Pay, UPA, whatever you do it. He is very happy. So is the case. Now, imagine such a large country, so much digitalized. Take the case of, let us say, healthcare. Basic ingredients of citizenship. A citizen must be healthy, it must be literate, must be educated, must have access to potable drinking water, must have access to cooking gas, must have access to electricity, must have access to, by way of connectivity, physical as well as IT connectivity, internet. Where are we today? In the last just a few years, 7, 8, 9 years, When we started the health, as I said, earlier we were incrementally moving. Today, catching the bull by the horn. Look at the number of medical colleges which have come up. In the last 8 years, the number of medical colleges have gone by 70%. 70%. What was done in the 70 years in the last? Our target is that every district must have a medical college. Tamil Nadu, we have more. We have, in fact, only last year we got 11 more medical colleges. And branded drug, the price differential is many times. Today we have more than 10,000 generic drugs all over the country. So making drugs easier, cheaper, making healthcare easily affordable by creating more infrastructure holistically, and also alternative medicines. Because we know that there are areas where modern medicines do not succeed and do not give you the desired result. That is where comes Ayurveda, Siddha and all this. And to give emphasis on that. And the world is realizing it, by the way. When we talked about alternative medicines, when we talked about it, earlier people there was a lot of prejudice among the modern medical facility, medical fraternity. They used to look down upon, oh, these are like estate charming and all. That's not. 2018, our alternative medicine products, all the churn and all these things that we make it, was hardly about less than $3 billion. Today it has crossed over $20 billion. The world is buying it. The world, thanks to COVID, people have realized that there are ways, there are alternative medicines which also helps you building your immunity and how to take care of the problems. So, all these transformations that are happening are revolutionary. We are in the thick of it. Many times we are too close to it to grasp it fully. When you are too close to a historical event, you do not appreciate the whole in its entirety. But it is happening. Look at the way through digital technology and through Jam Trinity, as it is called, Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and mobile. Look at during COVID, CoWIN app. You take a vaccine and within seconds, on your mobile you get you have been vaccinated, your certificate. So that your travel becomes easier. Okay. And when the due date comes, your mobile gives you a ring, gives you a message, now it's time for you to go for it. Look at it. Our people did it. These are incredible. This has happened. Nowhere in the world it happened. Nowhere in the world it happened. And such a large country. Today, India is transforming. It is not just, improving, or it is galloping. There is a quantum leap happening. Yes, we have problems. We will overcome. Because the country has a new confidence in itself, in its ability. That is the reason when the Prime Minister of India goes or speaks, the whole world listens. Because they know that now India of today is not the India of decades ago. So what our grandfathers' fathers did, we would not leave the legacy. And you will not leave the legacy. Because you are the one who are transforming it. It's not others. So we will go. You are young enough to be at the time 2047 to be at the helm of affairs wherever you will be. Even today you are. But then you will see how the country has. And then of course, you will also be feeling happy and satisfied about your contribution to making this country great and develop. Thank you.